love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. Scream through I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. These miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Live into the server here, ready for a little bit of fun on Anubis. And it looks like we're getting a heavy play towards A from the defense early, and that is the direction Movistar are headed. But this mid presence is going to be first contact, and oh, with a delete shot there. What a starter for Martinez. That's a ripper. But I was going to say I might open up options, but it seems to just be committing them further in towards this A take. So Iron Branch do have the read, and with the Molotov on JR as well, they can slow this down on the initial phase, provided he doesn't get deleted.
Let's have a look. Peek is through, falls back. Doesn't actually drop the molly, but the bait should be good for Lollipop. Peeks out and doesn't get anybody. Molly is down, but it's not going to matter. Surely gets trade. How is JR still alive? How is JR still alive? It's absolute carnage. But in the end, Movistar do stabilize and hit the shots.
I think their first flash around the corner might have caught the first man out just a little bit. So you kind of have that like stay of execution, that little detente. But it's all good. Alex puts this to rest. It's all over. It's a very clean pistol round. That molly was a nice idea. I don't mind it. The idea is that the guy platform takes first contact from behind the pillar. Then you dump the Molotov, which kind of catches them out and allows another peek in for damage. But the guy platform just gets deleted as soon as he goes for the fight, and as a result of it, you don't really have the pieces working in concert. So nice idea for Iron Branch, but Movistar better on the execution.
There is a full force buy. And a free mid stack for Iron Branch. Of course, hoping a Movistar come for some control, but it's a very, very slow default. David just clearing a little bit into A. Flash is good from Martinez. Now the mid take is through, but these mollies going to isolate Mr. Gang here. Immediately dead. And this setup is not working out so well anymore. Nade might do even more damage, and they're getting pushed off these angles.
That nade kind of squibs just a little bit. An odd one. But still, advantage for Movistar, you gotta say. A push out of cave gets them a bit of information, but Lollipop just meandering back into the fray, knowing there's a lot of opponents there. That's not gonna work out very well. Maybe they didn't quite realize how many are here, and... Right? Okay, a little bit more intrigue. Sad now has... a Krieg. But... best case scenario might be saving this rifle, right? Because the bomb's going down, or chances of a retake are minimal. A duel required for Masval to even survive, and won't have it. Another kill out from the Krieg. How much do you want to chase Movistar to get this gun away from him? Because at a certain point, your money's not great either.
Alex is going to poke. Sad comes off the immediate angle. Visible from Alex's position. He's looking the wrong way. Shots are fired, and... okay, I think Sad's going to survive. A couple kills. It's a decent recovery from a round that did not look good early on when all those mid-fights were going down.
It might also actually give him a little bit of money to invest into util in this round. I mean, he's got full armor, right? Head armor, even. Not that... I mean, I guess it makes a difference against the Lils, actually, so it's nice. You got the Krieg? I don't think this is going to be enough to coax a force buy in, but I think they could have some interesting ideas about what they want to do. Sad can call for something around this Krieg to see if he can't get an early pick. It's not bad for a little like B main aggression. A mid hold could be good. There's a lot of options, actually. I want to see what they do. They're all 5 moving towards B. So this is a hard read, hard play. They're going to play around the rifle, try and set up Sad for a bit of damage.
We're getting a... we're going to get a triple boost there for a second. And it's the rifle that's boosted. It's a tricky angle. Unfortunately, I'd love to see it actually get tested because I haven't seen it all too often. And yeah, that's not going to be the case now that Movistar are clearing into A. Bit of a dry run.
It's kind of a really interesting concept with the obelisk, right? Where you have like the sloping angle going up. If you did do a triple boost, which would be hard to pull off, but you could really just have the kind of angle that no one is ever going to check on first phase. Or realistically, even maybe on second phase. So, neat concept. Won't matter, but neat concept.
I think anyway, as you peek into B, you're always looking at those angles from the platform. So I don't see why you'd ever be trained. I don't think you could... yeah, it's so close to the angle on the platform that I don't think you jiggle both of them. So I am sad. I am sad we didn't see it.
Yeah. And this is exactly what we were talking about with Iron Branch, where the uniqueness of a newer map... oh, okay.
I'm really surprised he peeked that, you know?
Yeah, I am as well, right? It's like, okay, you could potentially get caught out, but that's confidence coming through from Martinez. They'll be able to retrieve the gun, and actually 2 of them, so that's A-okay. But we wanted to see new concepts and ideas for Iron Branch as far as how to approach this map, and I think we might get them.
So remember, if you're Movistar, the times you have played Anubis, and presumably in scrims as well, they're playing top-level teams that run reasonably similar rounds. If you're Iron Branch, you want to give a lot of different looks. Maybe some individual aggression in this sort of matchup would make sense. Just to press and pull Movistar in different directions and find the holes that have thwarted them against the top teams. So I guess you're in the same boat. We just want to see some varied, some vibrant Counter-Strike, I guess, from Iron Branch. Look at these resmokes for A. They're coming from B. I don't think I've seen that before.
That's, I guess, just an angle check. I'm not sure if there's spam coming back the other way. There was track there, but sad. It's certainly a nice start. It is interesting to see the cross map. Re-smokes. Here we go. Ooh, that's a great peek off the flashbang for Davi G. Looking for more. Not going to have it. The op is out for the CT side, and it's delivering some results, but Saucel collecting on one. Now they're going to back away. They've done the damage on towards B. They're going to force the information. Oh, and towards mid, this could be huge. Could catch the rotation. That's the bomb potentially isolating here. And Saucel goes down, and there's the spot on the bomb. So now they know it's in rotation. So the question is, what does JR do? Well, he finds a dink, but a dink is not a kill. Gangino trying again, but they knew where he last was. Martinez is ready. He's expecting it. The op on point here.
That was close to being a disaster. Very, very close. But Martinez saves them. He's hit some absolute rippers in these first few rounds. So Iron Branch make it close, they make it compelling, and they did have a couple saves in the eco that preceded the buy round. And I guess that's why they got a little bit more money than expected in the bank. They can buy again. Double AWP is out. Lollipop collects that second. Where's he playing? He's over towards B. Regular AWPer. Over towards... But Alex has already found a kill. This is a much more aggressive default for Movistar. Nothing like these first few rounds.
Kills coming in. Saucel keeping this well under control. That more aggressive start working out beautifully. And yeah, just not much going to be able to be taken through here, presumably. Gangino trying to save onto the AWP, but now you've got enough bank built up that there's going to be a lot more incentive for Movistar to hunt. So they'll wait, they'll plant the bomb, they'll make absolutely sure they got the site secure. I like that they're still being buttoned up with their utility, not risking a player sneaking into the back lines. Make absolutely sure they've got this round, and then they'll lurk in towards mid, they'll lurk in towards A main. That'll activate.
Did either of the AWPs even fire a shot? I don't think we were on board for Lollipop dying, but clearly couldn't get into a good position. And actually, it could have been a really great call for this round because Movistar just contacted B. Full swung the long position. JR does catch the first. But keeping these weapons alive is important. They will be on maximum loss bonus, so it's certainly a case of forcing behind this. David uses the deck. AK recovered. I'm not sure this is worth it anymore for Movistar. They've committed so much. Is that 4 guns?
Yeah. Well, at least they have a lot of money, so it won't be a huge issue, and they do keep the op. So they'll be able to reinvest, but it does melt away a lot of that banked cash. And you probably still have... I mean, if you start losing here, you got like a force buy. So... yeah, that wound up being a little bit more costly. I understand the idea. If you can take out even one of those guns, it's probably worth it. You just failed and gave them an upgrade in towards an AK as well. So Iron Branch get a good chance coming into this next gun round. I'm actually surprised to see Maswell pick up an MP9, but I suppose it was still a limitation if they wanted the full util. So they will do that. They give the AK over to Lollipop as well. So he hasn't cracked on the board yet, but they're going to trust him to deliver now. Let's see where Iron Branch want to take this.
It's probably worth saying the real crime in that hunt from Movistar was not playing together and buddying up and getting trades. They just fed in one by one. An AK was recovered. It was a FAMAS. Even the kill bonus on some of these players is a pretty big deal to get full utility out now. So Movistar, you've not got a lot of money in reserve. 1,400 loss bonus. This round suddenly becomes a lot more important than it likely should have been. It probably wouldn't have even been a buy had that AK not been recovered. And now we get into the thick of it. Another different look from Iron Branch. They have given it a lot of different looks on the CV. So yet to win a round, but it has been varied.
And again, a rough start for them. Sad down immediately. Molotov pushing off the A main presence. They're cleared out with very little effort from Movistar. It's this patient, diligent style of play that's working out very nicely for them around the map. And now, let's see in towards mid. Masval wants a bit of a fight, but he's just got an MP9, and Martinez is trained on his position. Alex ready to go around the corner. Oh, they're bringing the op in. They're bringing the op in. Timing actually works out. Gangino traded out immediately. So he caught the close-up player. Saves his SMG player's life, but Mousewell gets an upgrade. That's something out of it. Lollipop 1 for 1. JR shifting around the guns here. 2 on 3. They're likely going to go for it just because the opportunities have been few and far between, and it is disjointed still for Movistar. The bomb's not down. Martinez is still sticking around in towards mid with this C4. So in 35 seconds, there's a chance for things to get a little screwy. But as soon as they detect presence on towards B, yeah, the bomb's going to shift over towards A. And even though Salsal doesn't get a kill here, he gets the information. And look at the position for Davigi. This is so bold. Into the spawn. Mossfall, is he looking for it? No, not at all. He's going to get caught. The bomb's going to be planted. And JR's in a terrible situation with half of his health.
Oh, the angle.
And he's dead.
Yeah, the one way just made it impossible. He tried to speed up there, I'm guessing, thinking that if he can beat Davy G, he gets a one-on-one on the site. Maybe there's some potential, but it wasn't to be. Movistar were playing together. And even if Martinez hadn't hit that first shot, it would have been nigh on it impossible. It's a tricky one from Iron Branch. Even if it doesn't go well this series, I think we're both on board with Anubis was probably the best pick for them. It's an unusual map. They can run some wacky setups, and they have so far. It's just, man, they need to stop giving up the first kill. They're making it so hard for themselves in all of these rounds.
Already wasn't feeling good in this round. Now he feels worse. Sinking feeling that there's just not a whole lot that they can do to stop his B-side. Fresh around the corner. Tight angle. That's a bit awkward. Mossfall comes out on head. Retrieving the gun. That's a bit too much of an ask. And he went for the jiggle peek and said, you know what? No, I'll leave the AK alone. Martinez has done a great job of patrolling here in towards mid.
How'd he get the AK?
He did? Huh? EK worked for once. There we go. All right. Lollipop now with a kill. Is this the way Iron Branch cracked onto the board? Might be. Molpa is trying to avoid going down. Salsal's just done a great job of clearing out B. So this goes from a situation that was a little tentative to suddenly Salsal just single-handedly takes control of the site. Mossfall could be a bit of an issue here. But even so, they've still got Molpaz in the backlines, and they're choosing to ignore him. That's really interesting. They're choosing to largely ignore him to get back into position, but Martinez is ready for it. JR caught. Now they've got some comfort towards the main. But it's still going to need to be Martinez. His teammate's not close at hand. Mopaz will come in for the cleanup, but still a 1v1 on site in the meantime. A kit can be retrieved. Mosswell could get this bomb defused, but he has to cross the up. He's got no utility to really cover it off. The nade was largely there to try and give him a bit of cover off of the dirt, but Martinez isn't falling for it. He is having a killer game, isn't he?
He hasn't missed. And every shot is a wild flick as well. And he's taken some bold peaks, let's say, throughout this game already. Well, Iron Branch made that round compelling. They have kept this money astonishingly low, considering they've lost every round so far. But at some point, they've got to make good of it. They've got to break this Movistar cash and get a feel on the board. It is a T-sided map, especially when it's your map pick. You don't want to let much more slip than this.
Kill from Mopaz, control of the cave. This is, again, looking like a round's going to be a little rough. Reinforcements will come in here, but the AWP is going to need to collect something. They spot the player towards Glyph. Gangino able to punish that. The Flames making his life awkward. Also providing a little bit of cover to operate on, and he's going to take full advantage. Here's the AWP starting to shine. They're coming through, and it's just a shutdown. Reinforcements here. Martinez been so very good, and he's still got control of the bomb and a minute to work with. First kill found, but he needs 3 more. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not willing to count him out of this until all is said and done.
So what's going on? Lollipops come through dark. It's beginning to clear into canals. JR's picked up A. Martinez going to need some astonishing timing to win this, and getting the Lollipops already in the angle. Martinez does not check. And in the end, it is a fairly easy cleanup. Iron Branch on the board, and all off the back of that feisty B defense.
Look at the money for Movistar. This is where that round where they had a 5-on-2 and they hunted and lost everybody, except Martinez, it comes back to bite them. Martinez can drop a gun. If he doesn't want the AWP, he could drop a couple. They can get a buy together here, but it's not going to be great. They could also just go for the hero up, put the op and armor on Martinez, and then let the others just deal with it. But it seems like they're going to go for the rifles here.
I think
Martinez
it's a hero.
picks up the AK for himself.
I think it's a hero, and David G. I mean, Martinez has got to have a plan if he's handed over a util set. So I'm more intrigued by anything about these nades. That there has to be an idea in mind, maybe some sort of A-pop with backside mollies, or you don't buy like this. Yeah, you do not buy like this without a call.
I'm still surprised they don't put a little something else around it. But all right, okay. What do you got for us, Martinez? And towards mid, he's had a lot of success here with the op. It seems like they might just try and bunch up and roll through. Gagino's posted, though. That's a shift up. Big Green is here. And, well, he's going to back away. Drop the smoke back away. It'll hold them for the moment. Bit of a passive hold from Iron Branch. They don't want to give anything away early.
So we're going to get, presumably, both the mid mollies, given how we're bought. The thing is, Masval's playing deep. There's nobody close really to be pinched and fragged away, and there's 2 in defense on A. This will not be an easy split.
That's a ripper, a shot off the P250. Even exchanges here, but Martinez taken out. That was the big gun. Alex, though, making this interesting. Bomb plant likely here. JR knows he has to clean out one side, but he loses the duel. Why is he doing it? With the pistol. Oh, no. All in the lollipop now. And Movistar Riders, just when you thought there might be a chance for Iron Branch to build into this, Lollipop is forced to save the AWP.
I mean, catastrophe doesn't even begin to explain what we've just seen. It looks good for Iron Branch. JR correctly was playing into a main, into this area of the map when they started getting split. It looked really good, Mike. It looked like they had all this A positioning to back into. But the player holding mid, I can't remember who it was, but he just died immediately to a P250. The AWPer gets swarmed, glocked in the end by Alex. My God. It's crazy to me that they win that round, and it doesn't really feel like Martinez was a big force in winning it.
Yeah.
It was actually the pistols.
He got one, but the Glocks were getting kills. The P250s. I mean, that is a disaster for Iron Branch. You understand not wanting to get too aggressive on things, but sometimes, you know, in refusing to take the initiative, you wind up actually hurting yourself. So, I mean, this is disastrous is the only way to talk about it for Iron Branch. I know, you know, we make a lot about Anubis being T-sided. Not like this. Not like this. Not even remotely like this when you're losing rounds to pistols.
That was their moment, though. They'd broken the money. The buy and the following from Movistar would not have been good. And now we're back in a position where we're low nades on this CT side. It's just JR on this A side of the map. And he has to win this duel. Thank God he has. And they simply have to win this round. If they lose their money here, this is a disaster.
Maybe a little bit of an error on the flashbang, but they're going to wait for the fade. JR could be in trouble. Moplus just brings it back. They don't even put utility behind it that time. He just goes for contact. Molly's there. Lollipop sticking in. Gets 1 for 1. Sight is lost. Bomb is down. In another circumstance, this would almost certainly be a save, but as it is, you just don't necessarily have the rounds to play for that.
These smokes are going to be a nightmare. Re-smoke goes on to the mid connector. They could re-smoke this area. They've actually chosen not to, so there is an avenue. These shots have to hit from the retaking players and looking the wrong way. Saul still capitalizes. Missed shot from Gangino and Masval brother. Save. Just save. And it hurts.
I think he may have just been spotted getting on the corner. No, actually Saucel's checking it, so apparently not. Might be able to slip away with this one gun, but at this point, 9 rounds on the board for Movistar. You're staring down a potential double-digit deficit coming out of this half, and apart from one round, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing. And that one round was a big play from Gangino in a tough spot, frankly, in defensive A, or B, rather.
Absolute case they should have lost that round. It was a better molly onto Cliffy, and it would not have gone well. I think the way to put it for a lot of the viewers is when you're watching top level Counter-Strike, it feels like a flowchart. This move happens, it pushes this move from the other team, or the team makes this move, and this is the obvious thing behind it. And Iron Branch do not look like a flowchart. They look like a mess. They're not together. That A engagement was so bizarre as JR commits to a left eye angle when Lollipop was ready to help him. It's not coherent at the moment, and they're running out of room to work with as we go into the second half.
Oh, JR. I don't know whether you tried to walk through. He must have. Because he just gets deleted. Not even hesitation on that spam. 1 found, 2 found. Lollipop. Here we go. Little explosion back in. And no one else close enough to chase this. A re-smoke up as well. They're going to have to shift. But they still got a minute. So there's a ton of time to think this one through for Movistar. No big issues. Lollipop does have an upgrade onto an AK. And Sad is getting a little bit of some. Martinez doesn't get caught, but likewise isn't able to control Sad's position. So now the rotation's secure. Problem is they're moving further away from Lollipop instead of giving him any assistance with this information. Now Sad starts to shift, but that's while the hit comes through. So they might be out of position a little bit too little too late, unless Lollipop can come up with something here from heaven.
He's got to just buy time. He has to just buy time. Sad's flank has to come good. And Lollipop takes some shots. He's already low. He's not going to be incentivized to re-peek.
But he will.
He's going to buy any time he can.
He will re-peek, and he does find a kill. Loses his teammate. Sad to flank. Did they correct the second one? Well, footsteps will tip them off, but Ganginho's there in the nick of time. So another round on the board, this time with a limited buy, with very little to work with. Iron Branch find themselves a little bit of space.
It's all off the back of the MP9 2K, and it's very early days in this series, but there's certainly an aura here of we need the individuals to have some massive rounds for Iron Branch, because the teamwork is not as cohesive as Movistar, not even close thus far. And of course, in that round, it's all Lollipop. He should have been swarmed. He should have been dead. Should have been an easy trade for Movistar, but they just couldn't establish that. And Sad is a madman. Look at him.
Well,
did they miss their smoke? Did they miss? Surely this smoke was meant to be up on the ledge.
You
right?
would think. Not sure what else it would be trying to do, so maybe a bit of a plunger there onto util, causing problems. Ganginho does have this deep control as well, though, so they're still pushed pretty much everywhere. But mid's been left open. That's the problem. Right, with Sad lost, now this mid presence is gone. It's also starting to put that together. If he carries through these doors and finds no resistance, yeah, it's a lot of control for the eventual split in towards A that we do see coming through. Lollipop's going to shift in, might play with Masval to try and clear this back out, so it could work. But seeing as Saucel's being patient into the lurk as well, this is going to be tough. Util out, or they have to stop this. Nothing, deleted on 1-for-1 trade, but dancing around the cake now. There's going to be the collection. More pause, traded out. And Lollipop gets back in towards mid. He's got the right read, he's got the right idea. He's wondering where that next piece is coming from, and he anticipates beautifully. It's all about the op now. Martinez dueling up against Ganginho on the other side. He'll spot it. Shot not on, though. Goes for the bomb, knowing or trusting that they won't re-peek, and he's wrong about that. See what the AK's got for us. Martinez realizes they're so far forward. He reads it, but Lollipop quicker on the trigger. That one comes down to the clutch, comes down to the individual play, but they got it in time, and you have to give massive credit to Lollipop specifically for the way he played in mid.
He's holding them in this game right now. No doubt about it. Massive retake. Of course, wins them the half buy on the previous. And I've got to be honest, Mike. They're on track to salvage this half. This is not going to be a good buy for Movistar. I'm kind of in disbelief after losing to Pistols that Iron Branch can still get... Well, should be 4. And Movistar are going to fully invest. We saw a similar amount of money earlier, and they went for a safer economic approach with the half buy. But for whatever reasons, this time they feel compelled to go fully in. And what are we going to have? 4 Galils?
You are running out of moments in this half, right? You've already got 9 found, but there are 3 rounds yet to play for. I think maybe a bit of frustration that they haven't gotten the double digits. They feel like they should have cracked through in that last round. But it's an interesting one. All good if they justify it. But what do you got? The 1 AK on Martinez. Where do they want to take this? This is looking like a B split. I'm not making a whole lot of a secret about this. There's the check. Lollipop's just been spotted, but he's seen the bomb as well. So how does he read this? Oh, the drop down from Lollipop. That's a balls out play. And he has just taken command of this round. Madman. Madman, Alan.
How does he walk around with that pair on him? How does he do it?
Well, I think it helps him drop faster because there's just more weight. So there's a little bit of space, maybe allowed him towards mid, but Lollipop's coming in to close the back door. They never expected him to just keep holding W, but of course he has. That one is clean for Iron Branch and Movistar. Now they're left stunned. It's taken a long time.
I've never seen anyone jump down that early in a round.
I think he realized that the player he spotted back corner, since he had seen him, right, he's got the responsibility to hold for the drop, but he's going to be wary of a repeat, and he just decided to risk it. And it worked beautifully.
I guess his teammates on B proper must have made some noise or something, or that's how you pull that off.
Gangenia will leave a bobber in the canal. I mean, there's nothing into this round, really, so everybody takes another element out. Movistar are just going to play for the 10th round, it seems. Play for double digits and Iron Branch. This is a heck of a recovery from a map where they were looking listless.
Lollipop has just thrown out the rulebook. Played a lot of different positions in these last few rounds. Clearly has confidence. And although in a lot of matchups we'd say this isn't conventional Counter-Strike, it can be punished, there's gaps in their defense. In this particular game, when you're playing a team that's so much more experienced, I'm all for it, actually. Lollipop being unleashed might really be their best chance.
Oh, all right. Alex making some things interesting into this one, but not to be. They even recover the AUG. Lollipop likes that. Why not? Give him the gun. I think money's going to be... Oh, triple op?
What?
What is happening in this round? All right. I am intrigued.
Is there rifles on the ground?
All right, so you're going to have Ganginho anchoring B, you're going to have JR anchoring A, and you're going to have Lollipop doing whatever the hell he damn well pleases. In the mid. Okay, all right, let's get weird. What do we got? Nade's down mid. That's just trying to push them back from the initial peak. Lollipop is staying mobile, staying shifty.
Every AWP is being aggressive as well. Every one of them.
Where do you even go? Into mid is where they do go. There's the first one found. Lollipop out of play. So he's been the hero. Mopok took damage, but well, he's not going to be able to survive the next phase. Now Ganginho gets activated, gets that B main lurk, and it's being shut down towards mid. So they're seeing ops everywhere. They're seeing damage in towards mid, and it's come down to Maswell, who's done such good work. JR might get caught, but he's not got any teammates behind him to stop Ichi. Now he's all alone, and JR's even been able to reposition, reposture here. Just ops on the angle. There's two ops on this angle. What do you even do? Well, we'll be back after the half, and we'll see if Movistar can figure it out.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Back in live here. What a recovery for Iron Branch. 8-1 down to suddenly a 9-6 half, and this looks downright recoverable.
What do we got? Julie's in the mix. Flashes on Davy G, but Sorcel is all alone. And I'm afraid for Iron Branch, they're routing the wrong way, Mike. 3 in defense on B and a fast rotating Martinez. They have to find entries.
Oh, that's a nice one to start for Alex. Now he's got this cover here, and he can bait in his teammates, but he dies a little too quick, and Mopaz wasn't there to fight. Oh my goodness. Lollipop, as he did so many times in that first half, has just turned it on its head. That one smoke seemed enough to interrupt their strat. We'll talk about the way this pistol round went away in a moment, but... Okay, this one it seems to be over. So here's the big issue. This also kills everybody in cave, and good luck! Ooh, they give him the fight, but he's not quite able to change it. So here's the issue, right? The way that pistol round's designed is Alex is the guy who lures them in after taking the first shot, but what Mopaz needs to do is swing left on the obelisk to fight with his in-game leader. He swings right instead to try and catch the B main players, and in doing so, you just kind of isolate both of you.
Lollipop is going to be banned from Spain if he keeps doing this. It's getting ridiculous. Those kills were absolutely brutal, and he was right in that accelerating pack. They need to find a way to deal with him. Without some of these kills from Lollipop, scoreline doesn't look nearly as healthy for Iron Branch. They're just going to get timing here. Oh my lord. Oh, he's getting frisky. He's getting real frisky, but sad. Getting the AK out. A lot of players peeking, but they line up. Oh, that looked like it was going to go really bad for a couple of seconds.
Lollipop got there right in the nick of time, and also their spacing was lousy. They didn't want to commit to it, so they just kind of all lined up into the spray. Where really what you want to do with those pistols is just immediately explode over, because that's your only advantage. But little things from Movistar, not ideal. Guns will come out here. But they've certainly applied the pressure on themselves. And this is Iron Branch's map pick, reminder. So, does mean you would imagine they've got some ideas for what they want to do here on the T side. Aggression into B main. It's only Martinez here to receive them. Heavy presence fighting into the canals from cave, so they can come back to try and support, but they'll be a little out of position. And look at this, so much space on Lollipop and Masval just deleting everybody. A fight back in for Martinez, but he full commits himself in doing so, and at this point, Saucel needs to save. A 1v3, damage done onto a couple players, so maybe he's going to give this a look. Let's see what you got, Saucel. Let's see what you got. JR wants to give you a fight. JR... keep a track of himself slipping into B main. With that control, this should not be winnable. But Saucel still considering. Is he going to back away? You see nothing yet. They're giving him no fights. This is just so tough. Now he's made a footstep, so that confirms it. So they could even bring Sad back in. You see him starting to condense on the side. He'll drop the smoke, trying to bait the response, but they're giving him nothing because they just know they have the lines. So 1 kill here, but that's hardly a difference maker. It is going to be a tied scoreline on Anubis.
Is there even a kid on the ground? Because that
I don't think so.
Dare I say desperate? How was that ever going to pan out for Saucer? We would have had to catch JR falling back and kill the second into his dark immediately and somehow stick it or something before the third player gets back is a real big checklist there before that round was going to work. And Iron Branch, they keep on going. They keep on going. It was a simple round. They caught Movistar at the worst possible time as they're running their kind of canals take. And they capitalize. 9 apiece. Is this not 8 on the trot now for Iron Branch, and should really be not 9.
Yeah. There's a nice kill. Opener here. Whatever danger there was in this round is starting to fast fade away when you get 2 kills out of B main. So Mopaz, you got the 5-7 flip? No, you do not. Round over. Round effectively, definitely over. And we've only gone 40 seconds into it. So Iron Branch fully commanding in this. We didn't have much to play with from Movistar, but they even did invest a little bit, so it's not nothing. And I guess we'll have to see in the next what they can do.
Let's also remember, as bad as this game did start for Iron Branch, they actually kept the cash really low. So that when they did finally start to stabilize on the defense,
Look at
They
the
could
hunt.
actually muster a few rounds.
Look at this hunt. They're so hungry for it.
I don't think they should be going for this.
Well, they'll
That
make
makes
good on
sense.
it. So it's all good. It was actually reminiscent of that half, of the round in the first half where like 5 hunted onto 2 and you lost 4. But this time they just kill him immediately, so it's all good.
And this is kind of why I brought it up, because Iron Branch can lose a couple rounds here, especially if there's plants. And on the CT side of a map like Anubis, Movistar have got their work cut out to make this a 2-0. It suddenly is in Iron Branch control. Absolutely, they've got money. They're on the offensive side. I've enjoyed the kind of simple CS they've actually played so far on this D side, and it is working.
Nice kill from Osfall. Entry here in towards mid. Now you control so much of this map. There's just a ton you can do with this in terms of appeasing rotation. Martinez comes back to try and retake the space, and if he's given a fight, maybe he'll have it. But for now, the threat is enough. Look behind, so Martinez should know they're coming his way. Oh, that's a nice answer from Movistar. They need something to defend from, so they go for the B main aggression. Meanwhile, Martinez gets that kill in mid, and the slower pace of play for Iron Branch is leaving them a bit more exposed.
Oh my. Good flash. Good flash. Bomb is dropped. Is that bomb behind the pillar? Can it be spotted? Not going to matter. Not going to matter. My pause is just killing everyone.
This is reminiscent a little bit of what we were seeing from Lollipop in the first half, where you just start to take the initiative. You start to play a little freer, a little more aggressive, and it worked out. Iron Branch stalled out in the man disadvantage, and Mopaz just went hunting. And in hunting, he confirmed this round. So well done for Mopaz. Well done for the Movistar Riders. Tying things up, but as you said in the last, this is not going to change anything into the next round. Iron Branch have plenty of cash to keep fighting here.
So I was just going to say, I'd like to see him actually try and find some frags. He's going to drop down, and the timing could have been ideal there onto Mopaz. The readjustment is in. Quad kill for the Spanish player, and I guess the man that, in the absence, especially of Sun Pius, we looked at him and said, now's probably the time to blossom into more of a star player. And not to say he's been bad, but in terms of filling such big shoes, it hasn't quite materialized.
He's been what he's always been, which is sometimes he's on the server and you think he's the greatest player to ever touch the game, and other times he's just not got an idea for how to play. Like, Mopaz to me is the epitome of an off and on player, where you'll have a map where he's commanding and no one can touch him, and then you'll have a map where he pushes the same smoke 6 times and a half and dies every single time. You never quite know what you're gonna get with Mopaz, and I think that's been a thing for the Spanish scene for a while. Is that like he's kind of he's a very risky element within a team, because he can be the reason you win, and he can also be the reason you lose, and it's usually one or the other, as opposed to being a consistent performer. When you have another star on the team, when you have some Pius, when you have maybe Martinez potentially, it's less of a focal point, but yeah, you kind of live and die by Mopaz sometimes.
The aggression, 3 players, takes contact with Lollipop. So they do find the kill, but there's a lot of information. Iron Branch needs to accelerate, because it's the only chance they've got before these rotates come in.
The pinch in towards A could be nice, but the smokes make this very difficult, and they're being a bit timid about it. You're going to have to pop through one of these, I think, because now you're absolutely right. The rotations are a thing. Sad's got the deep angle on the smoke fade. Oh, is Mopaz ready for this? He is. Nice use of the nade to push the player back if they were there. A re-smoke in to funnel him in towards Temple. But JR's going back to check, and that's a little bit nervy. I think he's trying to provide them the bailout option because they've kind of telegraphed this A play. But if he's not in position in A main to go through with his teammates, 20 seconds. They don't have the option of the bailout. They have to go for this. It's a reinforced site onto the Movistar Riders. There's contact on the first. Davigi now knows. Sets up Alex. Swings off of his teammate. That's beautiful coordination. Yes, Salsal is lost. Okay, Alex is as well, but it's all good. All controlled. That's a really nice wombo combo. You show just a hint of a shoulder, but that baits them into chasing, so then Alex gets a hit, and then you swing back out. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boo. Site control.
Some really nice macro from Movistar. They're just understanding the map at the moment. These B aggressions are working good, but even if Lollipop gets one, we still see a similar sort of scenario playing out. And so what I mentioned with the flowchart and potentially the lack of it for Iron Branch is from obviously you can see it. They get the B information. Smokes are dropped on A. We rotate. We load up free on A. The B players have information and they're in hard positions if Iron Branch ever turned around. So I have enjoyed Movistar in this last couple. Getting a little bit revitalized. And they have finally dropped this money back to a bad position. It's going to be a pretty light half buy, I guess you'd call this. There's a little bit of nadage. JR has smoke and a couple flashes. So we shouldn't expect too much. This is more for economic damage than anything else. Although we said that earlier with the Hero AK pistols.
Yeah, it can get spicy. And Iron Branch have that sort of explosiveness where I'm not ready to guarantee this. Not until we get a little bit of kills. They're going to go in towards Canal, so they can punch up in towards the cave. Alex is here. He's got a full belt of utility, though. The Molotov is going to be so punishing if they try and go through this. There they are. Molotov down. The face. The bomb drop. That's confirmed. Now the rotations can come in, and there's more util to just dump into this cave. Alex doesn't even have to necessarily live. He's just providing so much cover for his teammates. That's a dink. But Sauce's even going to catch them on the bailout. Now they've got no options. They don't have the bomb. They don't have the C4. They don't have much of anything working in their favor. And also will catch one more.
A lot of discipline from Movistar. They're not over-chasing this. I think they realise have let this game slip a little bit. That's a nice kill. It is a nice kill. Couple cheeky dinks from Ganginio. But overall, 4 alive for Movistar. It's been reasonably clean the last couple rounds, so they're starting to feel a lot more confident as we get into these later stages. And Ganginio is actually sacked having any utility to go for the Krieg in 2023. We wanted some new strats, and we're getting them.
Pause. 1, 2. Making it work. And why not? Molpaz. Here's that effect, right? Here's the star power. Here's what he can deliver when Molpaz is hitting. And I mean, that's just a good setup to begin with. He really only needs to get 1 or 2 kills there and then play with his teammates. But instead, he just makes it better. Even if he goes 1 for 1, it probably sets up his teammate to trade it. So that's where Movistar have a little bit of the edge over Iron Branch, is that the protocols are such a way that you don't need that one player to pop off. So then when they do, it just looks even better. That's well done from Mopaz. That's a big pop off, and I'm starting to feel real good about Movistar's chances to close this map. It was a little touch and go, but apart from that burst in the middle, Iron Branch have been left grasping for answers.
Okay, timing's very good. Dabby G caught out in the open. Alex is actually pushed through A and is somehow behind JR. This is getting real weird. He could get pinched here.
I mean, JR knows about this, so he smokes behind him, but they're still pressuring on. Sauce 1 for 1. JR catches that kill on Alex. This is weird. And, okay, all right, Movistar, all those rounds where we were praising their protocols, praising their awareness, praising their next steps, they needed to tarnish that. Let's toss that out the window, because this round has been about wandering into conflicts, looking the wrong way, getting killed by pistols, and giving up fights that you never should even be taking.
What?
All right, why not?
What's happened?
Op too.
Let's rewind and go through some of that round.
I'd rather not.
The mid one is the most excusable because David just gets caught with his pants down. Maybe up against a half by, you probably should know not to play anywhere in view of that smoke. But the other guys did Alex must have pushed through the A main smoke at the same time. It's the only explanation. I don't know what's going on there. That's one for the demo reviews. That'll be a painful one to watch, but if I'm coaching this team, these players are something to answer for in that round.
Nice catch there. Okay, time to make good on it. You had one round where your brains all switched off simultaneously, but if you can recover, we can all forget about that. Mid control is going to be lost. They're playing the more passive contain on it. The problem is you don't want to over-aggress. Mopaz wants to fight forward. This is really risky, and he's been spotted, so he has to back away. The op's now overwhelmed. Oh, this is the blunder. This is the explosion coming back the other way. They've allowed the opportunity, and in the smoke. Oh, no, it's getting weird. Mopaz somehow comes out on top of that. If there was a second player there, Mopaz is a dead man guaranteed. But the opportunity's given. They've still got the advantage on the Movistar Riders' side, and Mopaz has somehow been able to sail his way through this. It's going to be the B hit. And Alex is giving up the space. Just the walk-through is going to find no one here. The gamble was to anticipate continued mid-aggression, but Iron Branch have found the perfect call. They've got this site for free. They're likely going to have the plant, and Alex still doesn't know. No one's even close enough to hear this bomb going down, so now they know. Now they realize what's happened, and they have to figure out a retake with zero information on towards the site.
There's a molly on Gangino. Oh, I'd love him to save it because Mopaz is the soul kit, and he has 20 HP.
Footsteps heard of the rotating around, but Mopaz, he's still here in towards the temple. He'll be coming through. They're waiting that smoke. Saucel's trying to draw focus. Has a molly of his own to clear out back Obelisk if he wants it. Not deploying it here. They're just going to go with the guns. And it's going to work out. Mopaz, okay, hell of a recovery. 4 huge kills to get them back into this round, but that got so scary.
Is that... Have we had a 3K and 2 4Ks, or has it been 3 4Ks from Mopaz?
Mopaz has had at least 2 4Ks.
And I think it was a 3K because he on the round earlier. Either way,
I think he heard me talking. And he
Mopaz
said,
actually had a pretty poor first half, but he has gone nuclear.
I mean,
absolutely
even in that last
nuclear.
round, the jumping around in the smoke, the retaking into it. Man, I feel like they should have probably been punished a bit more, but he just makes it work. Oh, fast jump in. Martinez catches the tag, but not the frag. So Gangino gets a stay of execution. But this is the investment where Iron Branch need to make something happen. If they don't get a bomb plant here, they may not have much to fight against overtime. Mopaz wants to carry on that aggression. Spicy, not quite finding the kill. And now he knows they're probably going to try and hunt him, so the smoke goes down to get him away.
I'm watching sad here because he has actually lurked up through. Molly's behind him, but then he gets isolated. He was trying to catch Mopaz falling off. It hasn't worked. It's a lot of util on the CT side. They're making moves. Mopaz has bought them a lot of time with that early aggression.
Look at how much space they have in mid. Oh, on the smoke fade. That's why. All right, they wanted to go for the double cave play. But now, knowing that no one's in mid, or knowing that Mopaz, rather, isn't in mid, they want to try and take this space. Davi was holding it very tentatively. And the aggression out A main means there's actually a free and clear path towards a bomb plant. Martinez is going to come back to address it right now, but this is a little weird. It's almost like they've changed positions. You still have Gangino waiting in the back lines, but Martinez clearing back in. I think a lot comes down to his first contact. He's going to try and catch them as they go towards the plant. Davi, that's timely. That's timely in the pushback through mid. 20 seconds now. They've really got these players stuck, and there's just no ability for Gangino to do anything about this round.
Iron Branch cannot live with the proactivity from Movistar. I know this man, Mopaz, that is lighting up the scoreboard, but it is a team effort. They're continually playing together, double pushes, being reactive, playing off information. And it's been joyous to watch. Orp somehow survives through, but that is a thin silver lining on what has been a bit of a crumbling since they kind of evened up the scoreline on this first map. They've got to do something to deal with this big aggression because it genuinely has been a massive factor in the majority of these recent rounds for Movistar.
Not a lot of time to figure out the solution. Molly appears to be the one here. There's the spot.
That's not going to help.
There's a kill. Yeah. Lollipop said, let me be the hero. And, well, he gets a fat 0 in this round. It might be all over now. He was the guy who's propelling them back in. They need somebody else to step up. Gangino's done it before. That's what Op got to show us. For now, they'll wait. Try and take maybe a bit of space in towards A main. But Saucel's coming back to answer it. He's tossing out utility as well to make JR's lives miserable.
A little bit lost here for Iron Branch. What's the plan? We've got one nade set left on Gangino. Martinez is actually going to push. Gangino punishes.
Didn't need to
Overzealous. And it's just Mopaz on this site right now. There is a window.
Oh, my goodness. You know that you just lost your cave player. Wandering back into it. That was... a little bit of a blunder here. Where's the money at? I don't know if they can go for this retake. They've got cash, but not enough to risk it. When you have 4 rounds potentially yet to play, they're going to pull the plug. They're backing away. This is what we've seen from Movistar, which is 9 out of 10 rounds. They look to be the far away better team. They look disciplined. They looked in control. And then that 10th round, their brains just switch off for a period, and they take fights or leave themselves exposed or wander into angles that they have no business facing.
This round should have been a clean sweep. Clean entry. Iron Branch are making no move. All they've done is mollied out a tiny bit of A main, which pretty much every team will do on a default. Thank God these players are surviving. Otherwise, there would be no buy in the following from Movistar. But yeah, that's the difference with that aggression from Martinez. It's uncalled for. We're in a man advantage. We've got no real reason to think A is under threat. We haven't lost mid, which would have been the main impetus. And, yeah, we just need a little bit more composure from Movistar because it hasn't been the best day in the office from that perspective for them.
Attacked early here. That was just random spam finding a ton of damage through the smoke. So that's a nice start. Oh, Gangino! Talk about taking the advantage. Talk about taking the initiative. What a catch early on. The lead Salso wants to see how far he can take it, but this is a purely individual move, so he's going to have to back away and play with his teammates. Still, they've got the 5v4 now. Not something Iron Branch have not, okay, had to play with much. Cracks maybe starting to show. That smoke's a little wide. There's a gap in it. But I think Alex knows that, so he's definitely not going to try and play around it. Oh, Mopaz. Oh, Mopaz. Speed main aggression again. It's going to be cheeky. They're looking for it on the Iron Branch side, but can they stop him is the question. Mopaz, what do you got for us? Going for a face, trying to get util out. Caught in transition. And Lollipop's there to punish. So now the wheels are coming off for the Movistar Riders. And Sad's worked his way through caves, so this is going to have to be another save.
No choice. No choice.
This is,
They're getting picked apart.
This is not looking like the team that got 15, Alan.
No, absolutely not. And Mopaz there. They were man down. I guess it's reasonably justified to make a move that has worked a lot this half, but on this occasion, that conditioning, you could just see Iron Branch. They're just dedicating 3 players to it. They're just so aware. So aware. Oh, they might just be using this flash. They do indeed. Flash is there, but Gangino couldn't connect. They definitely need at least 1 kill here to take Movistar for buy. And let's see if they keep pressing the issue. I'm definitely pausing here if I'm Movistar. There it is. Just have a quick discussion. What has gone wrong? How are we giving up entry frags? In any round that has gone 5-on-5 past a minute, I'm telling you, Movistar are massive favourites because they're so good at reacting once Iron Branch really come for the space. It's been losing frags before Iron Branch are committing anywhere close to a site has been the problem. So let's see what they switch up.
But a time to be taken to calm them down. All is forgiven if you make it look good here. Don't even have to think about the word OT. It feels like these kind of madcap rounds might be where Iron Branch thrive if they can keep it up. Oh, the peek in. Martinez there to punish. So it's a different look. Gangino trying to get that opener. He had success with it before, but not this time. A 5v4. Now we just need to see Movistar stay the course. They're going for a little bit of cave control, but with the smoke down, that's perfectly acceptable. And Molly is going to follow it. Oh, they want to push behind this. There's the nade for it. Sad is just waiting for that, though. And this is, again, maybe Movistar trying to get a little too proactive in a situation they don't need to. but you get that kill, you get back out on site. This is a risk. Somehow it's working. Molpaz finds 2. It's all into JR now. It's all onto JR, and he will take the first. He'll give himself a chance to win this round. It's Saucel who's coming in towards Cave, who has to avoid overextending. He's going to have a duel coming his way, and JR's ready for it. He reads it. You didn't need to push through. Could have waited for the bomb tick to go in, and now the door's been blown off its hinges. JR can escape. He's going to take it straight towards A. Davi clearing this out. It's just a straight-up clutch. JR gets a chance to plant the bomb and be the absolute hero here for Iron Branch. What do you have for us, Davi? It's been quieter for him. He's been perfectly good, but now he's got to be the man.
JR's got a massive advantage. It's a good plant for his side of the site. And Davi, his smoke is the only thing I think they can make him help him win this. There's so many spots to clear. Get that smoke on the bomb and force JR to make a move. That's your best chance.
Thinking about it, clearing the tight angles. JR's heard him at this point. Now the peek's coming through. There's the read. He spotted him. He spotted him, but he's just going to try and stick. He knows he doesn't have time. JR's going in for the knife. JR, you've lost the game because you wanted a knife kill. Oh my goodness, what a way to fumble the bag. What a way to toss this. He wanted the flare. He didn't trust his spray. And so instead of having a brilliant 1v3 clutch, we have a low light reel for JR. Oh man, Alan, that stinks. He has the lineup.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He saw. Did he not see the angle as well that he was being stuck? I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand. That buy in the last round would have been awful for Movistar if he wins that clutch. That was almost certainly overtime.
0 to 0 in the span of one decision. I mean, he was the absolute... He played that round so perfectly, right? He gets the initial kill. He brings it into a 1v2. He knows he's got the cave phase. He anticipates that coming through. He reads it, gets the instant headshot. He's got the sight. He's got the plant. He has everything working in his favor. And then just... Oh, that hurts a lot. And so Movistar, who were looking good. Let's talk about Movistar for a moment here, because they were looking good for so much of that map until the moments where they really could have just taken full command, and then the mistakes came in. The overextensions, the individual plays where you're giving back advantages, where you're playing yourself out of rounds that should have been yours all the way. So we're not letting Movistar completely off the hook, because they did look like the better team for like 85% of that game. It was the other 15%, though, where things just got completely screwy.
It was certainly in the first half. Lollipop was an absolute monster. Granted, maybe trading, maybe communication could be better from Movistar, but I do think he was kind of an outlier, an outside factor that was just thrown into the mix that made it so much harder for Movistar. In that second half, the only way they could play the B-bomb site was aggression. And they lived and they died by it. It did work more than it failed, but you saw in a lot of those rounds, they only had one gear. There was never a call to play retake or just sit on the site. It had to be aggression every round, and I'm not sure it's the best way to play to do it all the time, but wow. Movistar they have some good stuff on Anubis. I do like quite a lot of how they play it, but I'm not surprised it's quite far down their map pool at the moment. They need more reps on this map for sure, and it didn't help not having a great deal of those going into this map.
Yeah, they do. They do. But hey, look, at the end of the day, you win your opponent's map pick. It sets you up nicely in the series. The problem is their pick of Inferno. We set it up in the pregame. It should be Movistar's, but there's enough of question marks for both these teams that after seeing what we got on Anubis, after seeing some of those rounds coming through from Movistar, these could be a little more touch and go than necessarily we're expecting. We'll have to find out. But first, we're going to take a break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com. You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
break up. Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights and tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, that you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
We're in about 2. It's Inferno, and this one, I'm kind of expecting it to get interesting. After what we saw in Anubis, it should be Movistar riders every day of the week, but even though they won, I just don't know that I can trust them now. They've been hurt before.
Or maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the moment. And it's looking good already. Martinez, the new man on the block. The Fret Hake. The spice in the relationship finds the frag. And we look set for a B committal.
Don't have to necessarily go for it yet. They've still got a full, realistically executed utility. 2 smokes. Molly and a flash, but here it comes. They want to section out the tree fight, actually taking off the player on... I mean, that's perfect. This perfect. That's the whole idea, right? That is actually the perfect utility for the positions that Iron Branch were playing. Because you make sure if there's a third player, he can't get involved into it. You have flash to blind the two, and then you're just so snappy on it. Oh, that's a good pistol. Even with Sad getting a kill here, it just doesn't matter. There is no world where this becomes a competitive round. Great call from Movistar Riders.
Couldn't have gone any better, and it does work out super well. If you'd have smoked CT, the guy in CT starts spamming, and it gets odd, and it's kind of interesting that not smoking CT actually makes it easier to deal with when it's such a small choke point. So that looks all too easy in the end. Lollipop trying to get some fadeaway frags, and I wonder if he should be risking his armor. He didn't have any damage. Could have got head armor. But he fights to the death, to the grave. And that's where he'll be going into the round 2.
How does this force by look? One famous. Lots of nades. Lots of HEs. 4 of them to be exact. Watch out, Banana. Watch out on mid.
4 players. 4 players.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. I like this. Full nade set B. They're dumping the smokes as well. Actually stashed 2 of the HEs. So they're leaving a ton of utility here. And Movistar, they're going right into it right now. They're going right into it. Smoke. That's a really bad smoke. HE's better
But
be good.
is it so bad that it's going to win twice? It really might.
First nade does very little. They're just leaving Masval to throw all the nades. I no longer like this because the nades aren't together, right? They're drip feeding them in there. Masval's waiting for them to pressure that smoke. Then he's going to start dumping the nades in towards pool, I guess, is the idea. But as it is, he's rebuffed them. The problem is this has been too good. There's too much utility here. And so Movistar is saying, well, let's see what's going on towards A. And the answer is, well, the one rifle. That's it. In pit. That's, I guess, effective nade usage.
I'd love a long clear now from Movistar. That's most likely to be the gap. And even with the B stack, I do think if Sorcel gets out, it becomes a lot more comfortable clearing all these boosted positions.
He's through. There's the smoke. There's another HE. Surely Movistar are thinking, well, that's got to be the end of the HEs. Problem is no one actually has vision. No one's taking contact. So it's all about feel and timing. And the nades just aren't doing anything. They're just not doing anything. I love the idea, but the execution has just left so much to be desired. And now you've got Saucel on the flank. So now it's going to be A-okay for Movistar.
Time is still a big problem.
14 seconds. One more player here. Not expected. Not expected. And you're right, Alan. The clock's going to be the problem. The clock's going to be the issue. They have to plant this bomb now. And I think they just got it off. One more second, and this would have been over. But Sad gets a chance to clutch this up. 1v2. Looking the wrong way. Clearing in towards Banana, but he's not being checked just yet. He'll realize no one's there. No one's giving him a fight. And now time becomes an issue back the other way. Kit's not here. Got to get these kills now if you're going to do it. He's going to clear backside. Not expect the second player to be in church, certainly. Well, he gets the first kill. It's a full 10-second defuse. He's already lost this to time, and he'll lose it to Martinez as well.
That got a little bit scary. I don't blame Movistar. They clear mid. They've seen so many nades on B. If I was them, I would be thinking they've just dropped all their nades to one player, haven't they? It's the only reasonable explanation for what we've seen so far. They must be sat on the A-bomb site. And they were buying time for Sorcel to flank. So, I don't think Movistar necessarily did anything wrong. They would never have expected 2 players to be second oranges and first oranges. After already taking so many jewels on the side, so... Overall, Iron Branch did make the right stack, and they couldn't pull it off. That was a great chance to reset the money early on in their defensive campaign. And doesn't get checked initially, but trade is good. And Movistar need to survive this round, because this is a reinvestment from Iron Branch. They brought up again to try and break the cash, and it's not working, Mike. This round is looking a lot more flat already.
I'm still just disappointed in the last round. JR gets a kill. Got an AK upgrade, but it just means they'll avoid him. Why not? Chances at winning this are minimal. Saucel's still on his flank. He doesn't know which way to look necessarily. The bomb's going down. Maybe he can isolate some fights, but it doesn't seem like he's really going to go for it. He's got no information to go on. He has no idea how deep that control is, so he's going to try and keep his gun alive into the next. Can't blame him for that. But I am still very disappointed by how little they got out of those 4 HEs.
I don't know why they bought them.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you just do that same strat, but you have 4 players hold the names at once, and as soon as the flash through the smoke comes in, you all toss them, you're guaranteed a kill.
Oh no. Ugh, the gun doesn't even survive. Looking a little
Even
bit
if you just wait for the top B take, you can mortar strike 4 nades in there.
You could
so
have
much more impact they could have had.
There's some weird stuff, like they boosted the player, and why wouldn't you drop the nade before you're boosting? I can't see how on earth you could get a good nade off from on the boost. And then there's so much frisky stuff you can do. They could have... Nading early is a dice roll. If they're not in banana, you've just completely wasted them. But if they were, and they were, there was potential for maybe even 2 kills off those nades. You could have... The really smart thing to do, Mike, is stuff like double nade the same place twice. Because they see it once and they think, we're not going to do that again. And then you get them right in your head.
All right. Apparently, we got a little bit more intrigue into this one. Rifle's now been picked up for Sad. The health is not good on his remaining pistols, and goodbye, CZ. So they know where the 1 is. They know he has an AK. Do they deal with the devil they know? Or opt for a little
I think this is the right move.
Here.
You know it's a bad eco. I mean, two Deagles, especially on this sort of HP, has got to be an easier fight than an AK. Up in towards apartments. Could be anywhere. Isn't checked, though. Dabby down. Trade is good. And now Masval playing in from coffins with 38 HP. It's going to have to be monstrous.
And it's not. So now they'll just save the AK, presumably. Sad, I guess he could attempt this. They'll be able to buy into the next. He's going to give it a look. Coming up banana. Smoked for now. This should be expected as a possibility. And indeed, they're holding back towards site, so they should know as soon as they get some sort of information. The trade should be there, but... So it's going to give it a try. Doesn't have a kit. Time is a concern. He's not finding the contact yet. Now with time certainly being an issue, maybe just tries to slip away. Because he's not found the fight he was looking for. He can't win the round. And he knows it.
He might kill both of them.
1. Not the 2nd.
Pretty slim lining in the end. Guess it was decent damage, given it was just the pistols, but... When are we going to get some traction on a gun round? Here we go. Reminder, guys, they double force bought at the start of this half, so that's why we've had to wait so long for a full investment to be in. Ganginio, AWP in play, no utility. Starting off towards this A side of the map, looks primed to run up short to me. And post up early on mid. Apartments instead, more aggressive.
Nice opener. Nice second follow-up. Why not? Okay. There's a little bit of an answer from Ganginio. That's actually a tag. That's impressive. Hard shot to hit. And he's called his reinforcements over, so if he can hold his apartment's presence, there's a world where this gets a little more interesting than it should. Moto Smoke should make this easier, though. They can get the bomb plant, and now you plus Ganginio in the app, so what are you going to do? A gap in the smoke, but that's just effective for the Movistar Riders. You know where the last is as well, based on the nades that came in. But they almost moved out the G out of play. Bomb's now going to be down. Mossal's even been tagged on the spam. Hopeless. He's got to try and get out of this. And Mobiles is going to come out and make sure that doesn't happen.
Why is he sticking around? Shrapnel is flying everywhere. I really enjoyed that round from Movistar. That opening move from Martinez was wild. The CT side iron branch through that deep mid smoke, which has been popularized in the last year or so. Martinez goes through, presumably on a flashbang. He's a dead man if there's anyone close. and then takes down Lollipop on long. So he's also got some sort of read on where Martinez is playing. Gagino was playing. I don't know if he scoped in apartments. I don't think he did. So, wow, that is crazy aggression from Martinez.
Well, this one's already looking like a bit of a non-starter. Maybe a chance for the 5-7 to do something. Okay. You have the next? No. No, that would have been a bit too much to ask. Lollipop, one contact. Whoa. Good flashbang. Okay, don't lose the bomb here. This round should have been nowhere close. Instead, it's getting hairy again. The problem was with Saucel's position. He can control this rotation. And Lollipop, it's going to be a tough ask for him to actually expect a player to be out here. Could catch the better of him. We'll go past Saucel. This gets weird. Who's looking which way? Whoa, Lollipop sees him. And Lollipop's got the kill. Now he's got the 1v1. Lollipop with the pop-off. Like he just needs one more. Onto the but Martinez there for the spot. Smoke comes out, and that tips him off. So, that one, a little bit screwball, a little bit close, but still 6-0 for the Movistar Riders.
Very reminiscent of Anubis right now. The Iron Branch, for the life of them, cannot win a round with full investment, but no matter the buy, they make it compelling. They're getting aggressive, and they have kept Movistar in check. So we just need to stabilize. Just need a round, preferably with a couple players alive. And how are they going to open up this one? JR, secondary AWP, early peak on Banana, but nobody presenting themselves. Other AWP, of course, that's Gagino, just playing standard towards long. And Lollipop's all the way out on his own mic. He is a double-edged sword. I know you said earlier Mopos can get overzealous. He's nothing compared to Lollipop.
That's a nice kill from Saucel. I think maybe after the way that Anubis went, rather, and how much it wasn't enough to push them through, there might be a degree of panic setting in as well, where you feel like you have to be the hero play. I mean, now we're seeing aggression out. That's a nice catch from Mopos, just playing the wood panel, deleting JR. This round's over. And Gagino doesn't even really have safe cover to hide from. Mopos starting to heat back up here on Inferno. And, well, you know, I didn't know quite what we were going to get coming into this game, but now I'm starting to feel remarkably confident in the Movistar Riders.
Especially after a clean round. Finally, you've got some money in reserve, and Iron Branch, it's not like they're just losing rounds and then saving with 2 or 3 players. They're just getting bulldozed on some of these gun rounds. We're not saving at all. There's no repeat buys. We're back on the force here. Only 2 nades this time, as maybe made that 3 as a third is brought up by Lollipop. So hopefully these are more effective. And we'll see what they choose to call into. But yeah, Movistar are... Yeah. You know, when they start losing some rounds on Anubis, some doubt sets in. But I think on a map like Inferno, these guys are so much more comfortable. They're so, especially playing against weaker buys, they're just so much cleaner. So many fewer holes in the play from Movistar versus Anubis.
Well, this was our opening game of the season. Sometimes in the opening games, you do get slightly one-sided affairs. It's not elimination. Reminder, the way the format works now is it's just a big old double elim bracket. So you do get another chance of your Iron Branch. We have seen teams make a really deep lower bracket runs before. Movistar is a bit of a tough early draw. I'm saying all that. There's still a lot more Counter-Strike to play. But we just haven't really seen anything from Inferno, apart from bonkers individual moves, to really inspire us.
Well, we 4-stacked B last time. 4-stack A this time. Mid-take nades from Movistar, and it's just a tiny reaction here on B, but I don't think we're enough to scare them. Okay, the bomb is actually rerouting. Perhaps Mazval has done enough with the U2 dropped onto him. Okay, Movistar needs to have some very clean execution if they commit in this direction. Mazval's just thrown even more nades over towards B, and it's actually going to hold Mopos. This is not looking good. It really is not looking good now.
Are they going to be tripped into the stack here? I mean, if they split B, there's still a chance to bail out, but they got to do it now. 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, Alex is lost. Maybe that bails them out, but they gotta go if they're gonna do it. 25 seconds. Why is the bomb still stuck? Mopaz hasn't seen anything, but Moswell might just get this on the timing. Oh, what a recovery. Now they gotta go. There's no time to spare, but the bomb has made its way around the corner, and now Daviji can control the rotates. He spotted the remaining 2 players. They can full confidence plant this. And a recovery. Not quite confirmed yet, but the bomb down. That's... Whew. Every Spanish fan in the chat is now breathing a massive sigh of relief. It's not done yet, but out of position, without a kit, without a chance, without a way back in, it should still be an 8th for Movistar. Theoretically.
You're not even going to try this. No kit. Wow. That was violent. That round. I'm not sure Movistar played it so badly. Maybe they left it a little bit late before they committed it into an area of the map. I would have loved a long take before. We're committed to either direction. Thank God the player walking out B wins that duel. That would have been it. So they survive. It's probably this map so far, Mike. There's been so many moral victories for Iron Branch, but they just can't win a damn round. Can't do it.
Yeah. Like, you see the elements, you see the individual prowess, you see the ideas that they're trying to cycle through, but I think the issue is that if they haven't been able to win around just playing standard, right? You've got to do something wild and weird, and, well, I mean, you haven't been able to win around, period. That's obviously an issue. But fundamentally, on an Inferno CP side, you've got to be able to make a default work, and then you can start adding the elements. And we haven't seen it yet. This is the most default we've gotten in a very long time. And even with that, they're now trying to hedge their bets by floating a 4th over towards A. Problem is, Mosval, he's playing from the cross, so he doesn't have vision down banana, which means that ultimately, if he gets spotted, this take is likely to be aggressive. So he's just dumping smokes preemptively. He's trying to throw a solo top banana clear, but that's now taken all of his utility.
No, he's got another set on the ground. Got another set on the ground.
That helps. It'll slow things down. 50 seconds. He's already planning to dump that next nade because Mopaz is coming looking. Mopaz has not got the health.
JR's a B player.
Here we go. He's got
They need to fight this right now.
Flashbang through. They gain the space. If Daviji gets this kill, they're in such trouble towards B. Mopaz is chasing, but JR holds. Now he needs to go back. Mopaz wants to hunt. He's going to take up the position towards tree. They might get this plant off. I don't know if Moswell can make the move until his teammates are in here. But it's all about Mopaz here at the tree. Do they clear him? No. Oh, no. No, they do not! Mopaz, 2 found, looking for more. Sets up his team, but they haven't got the plant. Now the banana flank comes in, and the bomb is down. It's disaster on Martinez. What can he do? No time to spare. No health either. The round is finally on the board for Iron Branch.
That feels like a very typical round for this matchup. Iron Branch, that is a crazy lean with no information. 4 on towards A. JR gets a kill, and it's what I was saying. The call comes in instantly to the Movistar players. Mopaz had no HP, but he knew they've lost the round if they don't kill the solo B player. He gets through tree. It's a macro masterclass. I do not know why, Mike, they didn't plant. At some point, you've got to gamble. The JR is the only player, and he's in towards ruins. He couldn't have been anywhere else, but they spent so long worrying about Emo and Dark and Newbox, they just didn't.
Look at this.
Didn't plant.
Got attacked. There is an open bedroom, so if Sad loses this, it could get very scary. But for now, Saucel is going to think better of aggressing. He gave away his position. That's really long to be holding the fight from King Eno, and it means that the off's out of play. Now, JR dead means pressure on the Mosfall. He's got no more nades either, so he is sectioned here at the back of the site, and down he goes. This round's over.
Yeah, this BD Ben's starting to have some problems when they're not able to play with the util. It's not looking great. Whack-a-mole here. Yeah. I don't know why JR's playing so wide. His teammate was doing we call it a retake set. That's what it's called at the pro level on towards car, the wooded area. And when that molly goes down, well, the T side has not many choices. They can fall back, they can put down some nades of their own, or they can do what Mopaz just did and wide swing and go for the fight. And JR is not ready for it when it's a pretty conceivable option. So, yeah, this B defense is starting to look frail, to put it lightly.
Well, a little bit of a slower start to the round. We're not getting any aggression out, but it is the 4-stack here towards the A side of the map. Heavy investment coming through from Iron Branch. They had enough to scrape this by. It will run out here. Also trying to make the individual play. He got so much space. He wants to see how far he can take it, and instead, bodies dropping. An op kill found as well. They realize everybody's here, so they'll readjust.
It's the same again, though. They've killed JR. They're trying to do a B reaction, but this smoke is not fast enough. We're rerouting back. Gainio is set up. There's a smoke on Boiler right now, but that is not going to last forever. This duel is all important. They have to kill Gainio. They have to kill him.
They've not got it. Not got it on the next face as well. The dink was through the pillar, so it's not a kill. And now wandering out into the balcony. Sad never had to move. Volkov gonna pressure. And what a shot! Oh my god, Martinez, you are just too damn quick. He's able to readjust, going to, this is the right read. This is such the right play. And he trusts himself. He's got it. Oh, down to the clutch. Only Lollipop remaining. And Martinez has played this right every step of the way. Lollipop trying to anticipate. He's got the kit at least, but the utility is gone. And Martinez has rerouted. Now he's got the positioning all in his favor. Lollipop has to bring him the fight, and Martinez just won't miss.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. The presence of mind from Martinez also to scope up before going back into the apartments so that he doesn't get caught in a weird duel where, well, just like that, if Lollipop gets up close and he's not scoped in, that could get very scary, but Martinez staying so calm. Ever so calm. And he bails his team out of an awful position. Massive clutch. And Iron Branch just cannot, any will, way, or how, find a way to chain rounds together to get any consistency. They're forcing up here. MP9's in the mix. Aggressive banana take does work. Alex is tagged out. I think he wanted to go through, but it's not going to be. And why are we aggressing the both sides of the map at the same time? Oh, it's a disaster.
Now there's no one on A. Saucel is in the site. He's got an op, almost accidentally, it feels. But as provided the ball makes its way over, which it has, this should be over. So, Alex will control for this push. Davichi's holding it with them. They've got the right read. It's coming eventually. Even if it's just to set up better positioning for the save, Alex might be able to punish this. And Iron Branch, there's nothing they could do. Ooh, has a spot. Sees JR. Time to see what more he can get.
One more kill here is a pretty big deal. They're buying right now in the next Iron Branch. And now, they're probably still going to have to force. But it gets weaker and weaker. If we can take down one more rifle, it starts to look really hairy.
Oswald should have this. Alex is not anticipating. Oh, he does get the clear. Nice. And the second swing, Mosswell just thinking that a player was closer at hand, wanted to try and catch him off guard. You can't blame him for that, but it does mean only one gun saves through. And yeah, the force is immediate. At this point, it's full panic for Iron Branch. This is just not enough rounds to play another half of Inferno Alpha. You have to have something work for you.
It's desperation. It's desperation. They did recover the first half on Anubis somewhat, but this is a very different story. There's good money on at least a few of these Movistar players. There's so fewer gaps. They're much more comfortable playing with late round on this map than Anubis. And look at the call from Iron Branch. This has been a very CT side, a lot of stacking, and here comes another 4B start. And all of my eyes, all of my attention is on If this gets
All of your
spotted...
eyes? Alan,
Yeah,
how
all
many
of mine.
eyes is that?
It was...
Are you a spider?
I don't
What's
know.
going on here?
This is what Iron Branch does to me.
The 100-eyed demon Alan Hender turns his gaze. Oh boy. I'm making you see cross-eyed at this point, maybe.
Yeah, I know. And not in a good way.
Wild. JR, we'll get an opener there. So something working for Iron Branch, but it's going to pull the third player off. Canguinho has to anticipate the potential arch wrap, so it's back to the 2 setup here. They're looking for contact, deleted, second player gone. What a whipper of a shot for Davi G, and why not? Take it all! Take it all, Davi! Why not? It's over! 12 on the board. Nothing these 2A players can even think about doing about it. They are getting beaten at every turn, even when they have an advantage. There's just no reason to think they can hold on.
There's no round with it, LP. And this time they had a higher, lower setup, which they moved out of and weren't, well-positioned to take fights with each other. And they had a third player nearby, and they get 0 kills. Davi G 3Ks them. Oh. All of my eyes are hurting. All of them. Have you read the Ice and Fire books?
Yes.
It's going to be a weird reference.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in there. Have you read... This is more vague. The Duncan Egg series.
I have not read anything beyond
Do you know
the Ice
what it
and Fire.
is?
I refuse to give George R.R. Martin more money. He betrayed me.
Okay, well, anyway. There's a character called... character called Blood Raven, who is the Three-Eyed Crow in the show. Three-Eyed Raven or whatever it's called. And
Okay.
he's like famous for having loads of spies. Those people working for him. So they say he has 100 eyes and one, because he only has one eye. And that's what I was thinking of in my head when I said I've got all the eyes. I've got too many informants.
Okay. I got it now. That is, yeah, that's, I mean, once I was hurt too much on the Song of Ice and Fire never getting finished, I refuse to give him more money for writing books that are not the Song of Ice and Fire series.
He doesn't even write them. And his psychics do that. He just adds some filler.
Opener here, a 5v4 for Iron Branch. Yes, it's a bit limited. Yes, the utilities run out, but they brought the numbers in towards B, and Movistar do look like they want to go back to Old Faithful. Why not? The utility's not really going to be here. There's not much left. The last smoke's in pit. So it's going to come down to the fight. There's a Flower Pot's boost, at least. But what can they do? Here's the clear. Mopaw's tip of the spear. He was already low. A trade is there. JR out of play. Here's another nade set. Giving up the angles. Lollipop stuck in the smoke. He needs Mossball's contact to come out. That's a big kill now. Into the pool they go. And this time, finally, for the first time this game, the B defense holds strong.
Even damage here is good for Martinez. There's no point saving. He's got money, but he's caught out in the open. And some guns recovered. So, wow, at least there was a B hold in the end. Took a free stack and some well-played crossfires. Pulling of attention. A little bit scary when Mazgal was alone on the site, stuck first oranges. If you lose that first duel, I think they lose the round. Lollipop would have come through with players looking at him. So it certainly could have gone another way, but rounds are rounds. Looking twice as good as it was 20 seconds ago. If we can make it 3 times better.
Movistar looking for one more kick. Just knock him a little further off the cliff over on that Iron Branch side. And Martinez is going to get it started early. He's been a late game player for them here. He's the opener. Just had a ridiculous half, and he's looking for more. Lollipop might find the timing on the team. Moplot is ready for it. Oh, that's all Lollipop. That's just snappy aim. That's the individual mechanics. Betting on yourself and it working. This one's not done yet. Davi G. Oh, he slipped the gap. He has slipped past the op clearing, not seeing it. might not realize he's gotten through, and it's a question of this
Oh,
duel
no.
with Lollipop, who's backing away. Davichi's got all the space.
Oh,
to
no.
wrap in towards A, and they kill Gangino. So now the focus is going to be on Lollipop coming back, but he's thunderfooting it. He's making all the noise in the world, so he's a dead man, and all the pressure is now on Sad. Overwhelmed. Nate sailing his way. They're clearing him out. Now they've spotted. Just a matter of time, and he's down.
Oh, my.
And Mosfall is left in the clutch, and just like that, it turns on its head, all off of a cheeky bit of positioning, a push through for Davi G. And now Mosfall, you got a 1v3, you got to do it all. You got nothing. You don't even have utility to fall back on. It's all by the might of your crosshair. And a triple setup to deal with. You're going right in the middle of the triangle. There should be no world, no way where you're able to bring this through. Davi G, though, he was isolated. They need to play the crossfire. Time's starting to be short. He does have a kit. Isolates the fight with Pit, but Saucel is up to the task. 13-2, pure domination, and we'll be right back.
Break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat.
Well, this one could be quick. Movistar Riders dominating, even more decisive here on Inferno, their own map pick. We get the clear picture for why they like this, and Iron Branch just could not mount anything approaching a consistent defense.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And look at this from Movistar. The confidence, the aggression. Martinez straight down. Decapitates Gainio. He's going to get frisky. Those flashes come back in. Sad. Peeks his head up. But the trades for now are still falling the way of Movistar. One-on-one now required. Thank God JR has the bomb. And all in all, I think Iron Branch should be happy this is in a one-on-one because that looked real bad at the start.
Some doable. Bomb plant at least secured a chance to make this happen. Alex creeping up the banana here. And, oh, it's just the straight-up duel, the straight-up fight. JR bet on himself, and he could not pull it back. I hate to highlight this, Alex. I really do. But this is now 2 clutches for JR that nearly looked amazing that failed at the final hurdle.
This one's less.
Yeah, this one's just a
This one is less. Just less.
Yeah. You're right.
This
you're
one,
right.
there was some mind games there, thinking that probably Alex is going to reroute towards A because he already showed himself in mid. There is a bit of mind games. If that had transpired, that was a really strong after plant position. Almost certainly is an Iron Branch round, so I don't mind that one nearly as much. But yes, if you look at it from another perspective, that's a couple of clutches that could really have changed the whole course of this series. But 14-2. I mean, look at the buy here from Iron Branch. They haven't got any nades.
Martinez still eats the first. That's just a single peek from Lollipop, trying to make it happen. And this is even a trio setup. Oh, they figured it out. More bullets coming out. They've got to be careful. The balcony presence, the swing, that could be huge. It is indeed. Sad. No one was looking for him. And he's feeling awful happy in this one. In towards the pit he goes. This is not done just yet, but Alex is about to play himself into Masvidal's hands. And now, I mean, they've got the choice of the sites. Mopaz. Oh, he's got the bomb. Alan, that's the bomb. Totally alone. Uh-oh. And Mopaz, no, these 2 players are isolated. He could even get a rifle. It's at his feet. But he's 6 on the SMG. Wants the positioning instead.
This is all timing. Neither player here has a clue about the other.
He knew he was coming from B, but he doesn't anticipate this long rotate. Mopaz not checking. Okay, all right. Iron Branch will at least get a chance to show us something here on Inferno.
We're going to get a few more rounds, very likely. I'd love Movistar to almost full eco this. The force buy will be poor. At least do an old style force buy. We just buy up to about 800. Martinez is going to follow that line of thinking, but the others are going to full invest. So it won't make a. They're still going to win this map, I'm telling you right now. But we might be sat here a little bit longer as we wait for that to transpire.
Here's the swing up top, Gainio. Trying to light the way. Smoke will come in, slow this down for the moment. They're not giving anything away, and that's, I mean, all right, minor damage, but it is a tag into a teammate. Perhaps unnecessarily on the fadeaway spray. Interesting, you got the 3 stack towards the arch side here, out towards long on A for Movistar.
I don't know why, but I'm already getting nervous about this round.
Right?
I'm already getting scared.
The way this setup works is if one player tries to clear through, you punish that one player.
The fake has worked. The fake has worked. It's pulled 2 more players. This should be very nice now for Iron Branch. Masvidal hasn't actually spotted anybody just yet. Makes it onto the site. Alex finds the kill and...
They only saw the one. But they picked right. They've got this kill now. They should secure it. Now it's all good.
Just save.
And it's only an SMG given over as well, so, you know, whatever.
Well, on we go. On we go.
WG's on a mission. WG wants a little something. I'm surprised Iron Branch are hunting this so aggressively.
Yeah, this is silly.
The worst case scenario here is you Ganginho dies and you give them another rifle.
You do it as free, maybe. I don't think there's an argument here to look for the hunts. I really don't think this is clever. You want You want every advantage you can possibly have when we get back into the gun rounds. You cannot have a scenario where you lose that one gun round and you're right back onto an awful buy up against Matt and Series Pro.
I just died to the bomb, so only 2 players survive. I don't mind risking the SMG, but I mean, I guess 2 rifles survive through. They'll be fine to buy here, but you're right, Alan. That's a little bit more skin in the game than I'd have liked them to have, especially losing Sad to the bomb. Sketchy here, but it's going to be another eco out for Movistar, so here's your chance to build the bank. It was the force buy through, and very little does survive. So let's see. What can Sauce do with this one for Moose?
Okay, we're playing the frisky head stack. Idea is, top player takes first contact, jumps on top of first. Mopas gets the smoke down. Even Alex has another. Oh no.
No.
Not like this.
And that takes the options away as well. That was the one player. That was the isolated player, right? That was the lurk getting deleted. So now you're paranoid that the flank could be coming through, that they could be pushing down Banana. They're going to try and clear it out. They want to try and anticipate a stack coming through, but in a 5-on-3, even with the lesser weaponry, you just don't have to. There's nothing to really force you to commit into a stack.
Don't over-rotate, Moby. Don't over-rotate. You've got a big advantage.
Even if they do with this position in Boiler, if he gets if he gets damage and slows them down, this is a great position. Now the util's going to be hurt. They're even dragging Martinez back over. AVG just wants to avoid going down, trying to find the timing. Cheeky flank. Oh, the jump in. That's good clear from Lollipop. Had to get something still. The bodies are here, and Mopas is fast on the flank. Mopas is very quick into it. The utility's not good. The lineups. Oh, there's the flank activated, and down they go. The round, it should have been the easiest. It should have been the clearest. Instead, now Iron Branch need 11 in a row if they're to make a game of this.
And losing the numbers on the hunt is suddenly becoming a massive problem. 2 Tech 9s, Galil's to round it out, 3 smokes, and a lack of Molotovs. Movistar might have just won this series in the most harrowing fashion for their opponents. Full investment for them. 3 banana star from Movistar. That intent is obvious that they're trying to take it. Martinez peeks and does get taken off the angle. A is exposed. A is really exposed right now. Davigi cannot go down too easily. Flashbang, though, is good.
Still on Banana. Now they can start to float off. No one's watching. Saucel. Oh, Saucel gets everything out of it. And the round to boot. The game is done. Movistar are victorious. What a way. What a way to start your ESL Challenger campaign. Season 45 off to a bang for the Movistar Riders.
Yeah, and any concerns about Inferno, it's kind of what we talked about in the veto. It is historically a very good map for them. It has been a map pick for a lot of, at least the core of this team's tenure, but it has been a little bit ropey as of late. Granted, the competition is let's be real, quite a cut above Iron Branch, but it is really nice to see Movistar having a great performance, very clean play on Inferno overall, and some of the individuals as well. I mean, that Martinez clutch was absolutely sensational. I think Mopos was brilliant today. Really great series from him. So, yeah, that's the version of Movistar we want to see a little bit more often. That was great.
I mean, yeah, that's the key, right? You have Martinez looking sharp on the op. You have Mopas looking good as your star rifler. And then everybody else was doing well as well, right? We had some big moments for each of the other 3 players. We had them really not betraying or giving anything away, which is exactly what you want against a team like Iron Branch. You just don't want to give them those little windows to explode back into a round. And apart from a few rounds on Anubis, where, yeah, it wasn't as good. It did look like a very good, well-put-together, disciplined Movistar Riders here. They've got a match with Eyeballers up into the next round, so that's where they're going to move further on into this. Meanwhile, Iron Branch down to the lower. We'll have to wait to see who their opponent's going to be. That is going to wrap up our broadcast today. We got more of this ESL Challenger action coming your way tomorrow, so be sure to tune in. There is no NA game tonight, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow for that sweet, sweet Challenger action, but we'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
break up. Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on